Hello and welcome back. Episode 4 of my perimenopause journey. First of all, my name is Kelly. I am a NASM certified strength and nutrition coach. So before I go any further, I have to say that I am a coach, not a medical professional. So anything I say is just educational and informational. It's things that have worked for me. So I'm passing it along. Always talk to your medical provider before trying anything new. So with that being said, little recap on why I started this channel. After months and months of living in hell, so brain fog, depression, anxiety. I'm prone to anxiety, but not this level of anxiety. Agitation, starting to feel a little bloated. You named it. I just couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on with me until I had a light bulb moment when I was literally AIing whether or not I had bipolar symptoms. That's how bad it was. And a light bulb came, get your fucking hormones checked. So I did. And like I've said before, a little pissed at myself that it took me that long to have that moment because I'm a big proponent of HRT. I've been on a low clinical dose of testosterone now for years. So I did it and super glad I did. I am now about 15 days into my journey and it is night and day. Whoa, I don't even know. The brain fog's pretty much lifted. I would say my energy's almost back to 100%. I'm almost feeling like I'm 100% back to myself, which if you know the feeling of not being yourself and not feeling like yourself for months, that's a huge relief because there was one point I never thought I'd find myself again. I'm also here to tell you that you can't out willpower, out grind, out mindset a physiological imbalance. I tried. Didn't know I had a physiological imbalance. So I just kept saying, it'll get better. It'll get better. Well, it didn't until I got my blood work done. So here we are 2 weeks in, actually 15 days. And like I said, I'm feeling great. I am on estrogen. Actually just upped my progesterone 3 nights ago because I wasn't sleeping as well as I should have been. That's actually starting to help with my sleep. I'm on T3 and T4 meds, and like I just said a minute ago, I have been taking testosterone for some time. HRT dose, not performance enhancing. Because yes, women, we have testosterone too, and we need those levels to be accurate. So that's where I'm at. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Get your hormones checked. Get your shit in line. The thing I'm dealing with right now, probably the most, which I know a lot of women fear, is they call it HRT weight gain. It's not weight gain. It's water retention and inflammation. So I have always tried to optimize my health, whether it be how I eat, micronutrients. I do run peptides. I'm doing the same thing with my HRT. I'm trying to optimize it. So I'm doing a lot of research in this. It's actually a very interesting topic and something that's definitely not talked about enough. What I've been doing is for about a week and a half now, I have been making sure that I keep my sodium in line because when you first start HRT, you have a huge hormonal shift in your fluids. So your body just wants to retain everything. A lot of people think, oh my gosh, let's back up on the sodium. I'm here to tell you, oh my gosh, do not do that. What you want to do is even out your sodium intake day after day, right? So try to hit the same sodium intake every day. I also offset that with potassium. The potassium tells your body to flush the water. Flush the water that you're holding. So for, like I said, I'm on a 2-to-1 ratio of potassium to sodium. That seems to have really helped. I can tell you at the beginning, I was up a good 4 or 5 pounds of water retention. And as somebody who really doesn't take the scale too seriously, I use it for data, not emotional purposes. I saw that data and I felt that data internally, and I didn't like it. So I incorporated that. I had also done some research to incorporate turmeric, which is a anti-inflammatory, and to incorporate dandelion root, which is a natural diuretic. Do not go get on pharmaceutical grade diuretics or even over-the-counter diuretics. Your body is already going through so much as it restabilizes itself. You don't want to throw more at it, more chemicals at it. So I try to do everything as naturally as possible. So why turmeric, you ask? HRT, it can spike your inflammatory markers, making you more inflamed. Turmeric will offset that inflammation. It's going to block the inflammatory pathways. So I am taking a serving of turmeric twice a day. Make sure you take it with a fat soluble food, or else it's not going to work. And if it works, it's going to work a little, maybe, and you're not going to get what you're looking to get out of it. Also, make sure your turmeric has black pepper in it. Or if some people like the turmeric tea, take black pepper or put some black pepper in it. I'm not a tea drinker, so I don't really know. Unless it's matcha. I do like matcha, but I digress. Why the dandelion root? Because I want to flush the water retention that I'm also holding because of HRT. Now, dandelion root, it's like I said, nature's diuretic. It's going to make you pee. So I will take one serving of that in the morning, one serving of that in the afternoon, no later than 2 or 3, because I don't want to be up all night peeing because I'm trying to sleep. So I will keep in the potassium and sodium. I will keep in the turmeric. I will pull the dandelion root once everything settles down. I don't have a lot of data yet on the dandelion root, as I had food poisoning the other day when I wanted to start taking the dandelion root. So I need to let my system kind of reset from that anyway. So I've only been taking it for a day. I think today will be day 2. I'm going to see how I feel in the morning, but I can tell you after day 1, I was down 1.5 pounds. And that was after food poisoning. I reset my system, let it reset for a few days before I added in dandelion root, because my system was already depleted and dehydrated, and I was doing myself no good if I threw it in at the time. So that's what I'm doing right now. Also, though, side note, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If your nutrition is trash, you're doing yourself a disservice, especially when you're on HRT, right? Ladies, you want to feel better. You've probably felt like shit like I did for a long, long time. Well, I eat nutrient dense foods. I eat the white rice, the lean proteins, the healthy fats. I have an occasional piece of pizza here and there, an occasional ice cream, but for the most part, I'm a meal prepper. I'm a batch meal prepper. I'm eating the same proteins on repeat, the same complex carbs on repeat, the same healthy fats on repeat. I damn near eat the same meals over and over again with a variation day to day to day. So that obviously was not an issue for me. So I've just kept that going. But if you're throwing in processed foods that are high in sodium, high in everything else, once again, you're trying to reset your body and your hormones. That food plays a role in your hormones. Everything you do plays a role in something. So if you're going to go do HRT to try to feel better, well, actually to feel better, you got to do the base work too. You got to set the foundation. I wouldn't be worried about the micronutrients if my macronutrients weren't in check. So don't take this and think, well, maybe I'll try the turmeric dandelion root. That's great. But if you're still hitting McDonald's every day, if you're still eating ice cream every night, drinking wine every day, you're doing yourself and the HRT a disservice. I know change can be hard. We're already going through a pretty big life change right now, right? So let's not make it any harder. Let's do the hard work to make some nutritional changes to help the HRT so we can feel better sooner. Did I think within 2 weeks I'd be feeling this much better? Absolutely not. But do I also think that had I had my nutrition in line, I would be feeling this good within 2 weeks? Absolutely not. Throwing in the micronutrients is just helping to optimize my HRT, and to be honest with you, speed up the water retention and inflammation loss. I want that out of my body. I was supposed to be starting a fat loss phase soon. And actually, I was supposed to start a couple weeks ago and got the blood work. Obviously, decided that was not the time to do it. If I wasn't in a good mental state or physical state, you definitely don't want to go into a fat loss phase. So, just some food for thought. I got a lot of other food for thought for you. So, if you have any questions, drop a comment, reach out to me on Instagram. I've had a lot of men reach out to me about their wives and girlfriends. So, I'm just here to help. Like I've said before, I don't want any woman to go through what I went through because it was absolutely hell, almost within inches of ruining my relationship. It's a lot on your partner. It really is. So better yourself for you, which will better yourself for your relationship and your partner. So that's my 2 cents. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.